Welcome to our on-demand travel and tourism microsite demo. Today we'll show you how easy it is to create microsites using our CM1 software. But before we begin, let me introduce you to Percussion Software. As Percussion Software, we are headquartered just north of Boston, and we've been around as a company since 1994. We've been in the web content management space since 2000, mainly known with our enterprise product, CM System, and we recently added CM1 product for the small to medium business market and lower enterprise. Here's a sampling of some of the great organizations who rely upon Percussion for web content management. One of the reasons why they look to Percussion is because at the other end of the spectrum here, on the top left-hand side, you will see some of the travel and tourism companies who bet their businesses on Percussion. Sites like Hotwire.com, Vegas.com, and Princess Cruises, these are the best-in-class sites who continue to drive innovation by partnering with us. Let's talk about how targeted microsites can really make a difference in driving traffic to your main site and increase revenue at the same time. There are a number of ways in which microsites can benefit your company, but today we'll focus on these three. First one is scalability, being able to rapidly deploy new sites within minutes. This will help you reduce cost and time it takes to go live with these sites, increase web presence, and drive people to your main website. The second part of this is topic-specific content, tailoring your sites to specific destinations and promotions. For example, Hotels.com might create a targeted microsite for Morocco and include detailed information on the destination and include promotions and discounts. And the last part of it is improving search engine optimization. When combined with a network of other microsites, your company's online footprint is increased, leading to a higher search rankings and more successful organic search marketing results. With CM1, you can also measure and increase your return on your investment through the analytics dashboard. Not only are you going to be able to create, change, and manage your site through CM1, but you can also measure your value through the analytics dashboard. We have built-in tools like the SEO audit and integrated analytics that not only shows you the traffic information, but can actually tell you why and how some of these changes in traffic happens. And we do also integrate with a variety of third-party tools, and you can also integrate social media and interactive image and video galleries right onto your pages.
Creating microsites in CM1 is a very easy and very quick process. Let's start by logging into the system. When you log into CM1, you are presented with our dashboard view. As you see, it is a quick split screen view. Up top we have our content library where my pages and my assets reside. In the lower portion of the screen, I have my dashboard with my dashboard gadgets on it. Later on, this lower portion of the screen will switch to an editing area depending on the task that I'm working on. So let's start by talking about how do you go and quickly create a brand new microsite from scratch. The first step is by clicking on this Click to Create a New Site button. When I click, it's going to first ask me for a host name. I can call this site traveltoindia.com, and I can always give it a description. And once I'm done, I can click on the next button, and now in the next window, it's going to ask me to pick one of these base templates that CM1 ships with. Now, anything from a box template to a plain one, you can select one of these and start building your microsite. Or if you wanted to take advantage of one of your existing templates, later on we'll also give you the opportunity to make a copy of one of these existing templates that you may have used for your main site. So let's start with let's click on the plain template here. Let's give this template a name. And once I'm done, I can quickly hit the Finish button. CM1 will go ahead and create my new site. It's going to list it under the Site section, and it'll automatically switch me to my Design mode. Design mode is a place where I go to either manage my existing templates or add more templates. So I can again always add templates from scratch by dragging and dropping these, or as I mentioned earlier, we can make copies of our existing templates. In this case, it'll make a little more sense. So I can go ahead to my main site here and use one of those templates that I previously created. I can drag and drop one of those templates just to make a copy of it. And in this case, you see it just copied that template, including the wireframe and the styling. Now I can rename this. Let's call this Microsite template here. This is the one I'm going to use to create new sections. And to go ahead and further customize this and modify it, I can switch to the Layout tab just to kind of see what this template looks like right now. So as you see, I have some different sections here. I have some different regions and different widgets in these regions. If I wanted to again go and customize this to fit For my microsite, I can always go ahead and customize it. I can delete this region if I choose to. If I wanted to make this middle box a little bigger, if I want to resize it, I can do that simply by dragging and dropping. And I always have the option of customizing what some of these regions look like and what widgets I want to have onto these templates. So if I wanted to add a quick image widget here, I'll take advantage of my widget library here, find the widget that I want to edit. In this case, image widget will be appropriate. I'll drag and drop that right onto the template. And again, you can repeat this process to kind of add whatever functionality you would like to have on this template. And once you're done building the template, you can hit save, and now you can use this template to create several different sections under your microsite. Next thing I want to talk about very quickly is how do you go ahead and create these sections in CM1. The best place to start is the navigation mode. If I switch to the navigation mode, you're going to see that I only have one section currently in my Travel to India site. If I wanted to add more, I could click on this button that allows me to add new sections, and I can choose the microsite template that we've created earlier. I can give this page a name. I can call this, let's say, Travel Stories. And you realize as I type the section link text here, the section name populates automatically. Whenever it sees spaces in the link text, it replaces that with dashes, so you can have shorter, cleaner, easy to read URLs. And when it comes to search engine optimization, it's very, very important. And once you're done, you can simply hit save, and immediately you're going to see that section being created right underneath your main page. And I can again repeat this and go ahead and add several more sections here. Let's call this travel feeds. And now that I created two separate sections under my microsite, I'll show you guys how you can go ahead and customize this travel stories page that you just created. And the place to go for that is first the Finder. So simply browse through and find a page. Here's my travel stories page, and I can just double click to open it up. As you see, it inherited majority of the styling and some of the shared assets right from my main site. If I want to make changes here, I can click on the edit button, and that's going to open this page up for editing now. So there's several editing options you can do in CM1. One, in context editing. You can click on a widget that is available, click on the edit button, and you can start populating content. We'll call this travel stories here. And again, you can always choose from one of your predefined CSS styles. And the moment you hit save, you're immediately going to see the piece of content right here on your page. And you can always preview as you build your pages just to see how it would look in a full browser. Now, this is obviously not the only way of being able to add content to a page. You can also take advantage of some of those assets that you've created or used on your main site previously. So to use one of my existing pieces of assets, I can go into my asset library, find a piece of asset that I want to use. In this case, I have a travel article here about India, and I can simply drag and drop that article right here on this page. And again, if I wanted to further customize and add functionality to this page, I can always go ahead and go to the Layout tab and add more widgets. And again, if I want to see my page after I added my article, I can preview that again, go into my tab, and I'll see how that looks. Now, the best part about CM1 is not only being able to create these microsites and being able to add and share content, but actually being able to optimize those pages for SEO performance. So you can always go back to the dashboard and see how your pages are doing. Here you can always check your pages for SEO performance. We have an SEO audit tool built in that kind of keeps an eye on your pages before they go live. It'll tell you if there may be SEO problems with those pages that you've created, and it'll point those things out so you can go ahead and fix them. So by the time your pages or your microsites go live, you'll know that you've done everything possible for SEO performance. And we also have integrated analytics that gives you not only the traffic data, but can actually tell you why and how some of these changes in traffic happens by providing you with the activity information. It can tell you how many changes you've done in a particular time range or how many new sections you've created, and this will also help you generate quick reports to understand on the page-by-page status here. It'll be able to show you, it'll be able to give you a list of different sections, and it's going to be able to tell you what templates those pages are using and give you some of the performance information, changes you've done to that page versus the views you got, and who was the last person to modify these pages, and so on. And you also have very valuable gadgets like What's Working, which can actually tell you if your actions on your microsites are working or not, generating traffic or making you lose traffic, so you can actually come in here, look, and take action. And we also have a great forms tracker, which is very, very important when it comes to microsites and lead generation. Every time when your users submit information to your form, you'll be notified through the forms tracker, and you'll have the opportunity to go ahead and export some of that information here. So we talked about one of the ways of creating a microsite in CM1. Very quick, create a new site, use one of your templates, and share your assets across different sites that you create. The second option you have is just completely making a copy of one of your microsites. So if you're going with the idea of creating 5, 10, 20, 100 different microsites, you can have travel to India, travel to Japan, you don't have to recreate these sites all the time. You can actually make a copy and just swap and switch the different pieces of assets. So to do that, I can always again go back to my navigation editor here, use the copy site functionality, and I can now rename this site Travel to Japan. And now it's going to make a copy of everything. It's going to tell me everything is going to copy, and it's going to take a few minutes. And when the copy is complete, you're also going to be able to see that microsite that you just created right under your site's link. Now again, this will contain the same sections, but you'll have the opportunity to now open up these pages and switch the content back and forth, and you can always take advantage of the dashboard to now check the performance of these pages and kind of better optimize how you can generate better leads and get better traction on delivering these visitors right to your main site. If you would like to hear more information about how to create microsites and how CM1 can help you increase your traffic, please email us at marketing@percussion.com. Thank you.